Imagine, for a moment, that you are playing a video game. You start with a basic character, a little weak, maybe a bit scared, unsure of how to navigate the big, complicated world in front of you. Then, you discover you can create a new character in that same game. You can max out all the stats: confidence, strength, assertiveness. You design the armor, you choose the powerful voice, you give this character a name and a mission. This new character isn't a different person, it's the strongest, most focused version of you, built to handle the levels of the game that your starter character found too difficult. This, in its simplest form, is the story of Kat Hernandez and the journey to create her dominant alter ego. It's not a story of mental illness or fragmentation, but a deliberate, psychological strategy of self-invention. It's about a young woman who, faced with a world that felt too loud and too demanding, decided to build a giant within herself. To understand why someone would do this, we have to understand the why behind Kat. Many people who are drawn to the concept of an alter ego are often, at their core, introverted, highly sensitive, or carry a deep-seated fear of rejection. They might feel their authentic, everyday self is too soft, too niche, too prone to overthinking, or too eager to please. In social situations, in business meetings, on stage, or even in difficult personal conversations, this everyday self can feel overwhelmed. The brain's alarm system, the amygdala, goes off, flooding the body with anxiety. The mind goes blank, the voice gets shaky, and the person retreats. Kat's journey, like for so many, likely began in these moments of feeling small. The world asks you to be confident, to be bold, to take up space, but your internal wiring screams to play it safe, be quiet, and avoid risk. This is the psychological conflict at the heart of the alter ego. So, what is this dominant alter ego? The word dominant here is key. It doesn't mean dominating over other people in a cruel or controlling way. In psychology, especially in the context of something called enclothed cognition, it's about dominating the situation and, more importantly, dominating your own internal fears. It's about taking control of the narrative in your own head. Kat's alter ego, let's call her Catherine or something else entirely of Kat's choosing, is a psychological tool. This Catherine is everything Kat wishes she could access on command. She is unshakably confident. She speaks with clarity and doesn't apologize for her ideas. She sets boundaries without guilt. She sees rejection not as a personal failure, but as a simple mismatch. She is resilient, charismatic, and action-oriented. She is, in essence, Kat's own personal superhero, whose superpower is an unwavering mindset. The magic, and the solid psychological science, behind this trick is called cognitive separation. When you are just you, every risk feels personal. If you pitch an idea and it's rejected, you are rejected. If you ask for a raise and are denied, your worth is denied. This is a crushing weight to carry. An alter ego creates a vital separation between the core self and the performance. It's like an actor putting on a costume. If the play gets bad reviews, the actor feels it, but there's a layer of protection. It was the character, not the core of the person, that was critiqued. For Kat, when Catherine goes into a high-stakes meeting, it is Catherine who is performing. If things go poorly, the emotional fallout lands on the persona, creating a buffer for Kat's core identity. This allows for incredible psychological safety. It means you can take bigger swings, because your fundamental sense of self is not on the line every single time. Building this giant is not an overnight event. It is a meticulous creative process. Kat would have had to sit down and literally design this character from the ground up, much like an author creates a protagonist. What are her values? Probably the same as Kat's, but without the self-doubt. What is her backstory? Perhaps she's weathered storms and come out stronger, giving Kat a narrative of resilience. What does she wear? Enclothed cognition shows that the clothes we wear directly impact our psychological processes. Catherine's outfit, maybe a sharp blazer, a certain pair of boots, becomes a uniform that triggers the mindset. How does she walk? How does she stand? Power poses can actually alter testosterone and cortisol levels in the brain, making you feel more powerful. What is her voice like? Deeper, slower, more deliberate. Kat would practice this, not just in the big moments, but in small, low-stakes environments. Ordering coffee as Catherine. Making a phone call as Catherine. This is the rehearsal phase, where the neural pathways for this new, confident behavior are slowly carved out through repetition. Then comes the most critical part, the invocation. This is the ritual of becoming. For Kat, it might be a minute of deep breathing in a bathroom stall before an event. It could be listening to a specific power anthem in her headphones. It might be putting on a particular piece of jewelry, a power ring or necklace that serves as a physical anchor. In that moment, she is not suppressing her true self. She is not being fake. She is making a conscious, deliberate choice. For the next hour, I am borrowing Catherine's capabilities. I am stepping into her perspective. It's a psychological switch. The nervous, overthinking Kat is still there, but she's been gently moved to the passenger seat. Catherine is now driving. This allows actions that felt impossible before. Walking into a room full of strangers, negotiating a contract, delivering bad news, performing on camera, all become tasks that Catherine is uniquely equipped to handle. The long-term effect of this practice is where the real transformation happens. This isn't about living a double life. It's about integration through experience. Every time Kat successfully becomes Catherine and navigates a tough situation, she collects evidence. The brain learns, we did that. We survived. We even thrived. Over time, this evidence begins to trickle down from the persona to the core self. The line between Kat and Catherine starts to blur. The confidence, the assertiveness, the resilience that once felt like borrowed clothes begin to feel like a natural fit. The alter ego becomes less of a separate entity and more of a muscle memory, a mode that Kat can access because she has proven to herself through repeated performance that these traits exist within her. The giant she built doesn't overshadow her. It actually strengthens the foundation of who she always was. Of course, this psychological tool must be handled with care. The shadow side of an alter ego is the potential for disconnection. If Catherine is always on, the authentic Kat, with her vulnerabilities, her gentle side, her need for rest and genuine connection, might get neglected. The goal is not to kill off the old self, but to protect it and empower it. The healthiest use of a dominant alter ego is as a temporary tool. A suit of armor you put on for the battle and then take off to be your full, complete, soft and strong self at home. It's about expansion, not replacement. Kat's story reminds us that we are not fixed beings. We are narratives in progress. And sometimes, to write the next chapter of our own story, we need to create a character within us who is brave enough to turn the page. It's a powerful testament to human psychology. We are all, in a way, the authors of our own characters. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is write yourself a hero, put on her costume, and realize, as the curtain falls and the armor comes off, that the hero was you all along, just waiting for the right cue to step into the light.